I suffered from a terrible shame and guilt. I don't know how to define it. It just says I didn't believe I was forgivable, frankly. I did not believe I was forgivable. My name is Bev Miller, and I've been here about 30 years in the Comox Valley. So my life before Jesus was very lonely. I grew up in a large family. I was the third child of 6, and we lived in a culture of Christian values, but we weren't church-going people. I used to wonder, like, how do people operate in the world? And I used to look at others and think, gee, I don't know how to do what they're doing. So I used alcohol and drugs back in my teenage years as a way to be comfortable in society and in my own self. And it didn't take long for me to realize that something really was wrong. I felt sad. I was quite lost. I was really quite a lost young woman. Addiction feels like slavery. Addiction feels like bondage. It is the opposite of freedom. It's the opposite of independence. It's dependence, and not on something I wanted to be dependent on. I was 24 when I found Jesus. As I became more lost and disconnected, I had fear. I had fear about life and what was going to happen to me. I had started a 12-step program, so I'd stopped drinking, I'd stopped using any drugs, and I did what they said. And what they said was, okay, now you're going to ask for help every morning. You're going to pray that you can stay sober today. And so one day I said, well, wait a minute, who am I talking to anyway? I just put it out there. I'd like to know who I'm talking to. And you know, within 30 minutes of that prayer, I met a born-again Christian who we had coffee, and he told me all about Jesus Christ, and I knew this was the God I had been praying to. Addicts learn what every human needs to learn. We need to take a good hard look at what we're doing. We need to look at behavior patterns, especially a negative thought pattern, ego. I mean, a false pride that I can do it, okay? Because I can't do it. And that this is the journey, not just of addicts, I think of all human beings, is that we cannot do it alone. And my pride says I can do it alone, or I can pretend I'm doing it alone so that you know I'm okay. The truth is, we're all the same. We're all broken and we're all weak. And so we need strength. And lack of power was my dilemma. And so, you know, with Jesus Christ, there's a power in my life today that can help me overcome these things that do impair our life. My life has changed because of Jesus. All these years I've known him, but it was always gifts for you, or for you, or for you, but not for me, because I'm not quite good enough. But you know, it was this last year that I experienced a moment with Jesus where I understood the price he paid for forgiveness, and that I was part of that forgiveness. And so, as someone forgiven, I can't believe how it's changed my life. The meaning of Christmas is him. It's Jesus Christ. That he came, and we are celebrating that he came and has come and is with us. For all of us, we do not have to live in the shadows, in suffering, or in bondage. We can be free. I think the gift that he gives for all of us is a sense of peace and order to what we might interpret as chaos and fear. I think he overrules all of that. If you're struggling in life with something big or small, Jesus is bigger, and I know he will show up for you. You just have to let him in. Isaiah 9:6. For unto us a child is born, to us a son is given. Jesus said, I have come that you may have life and have it to the full.